Let's see how small changes in words can make a huge difference. Ready to explore? Sometimes one word can perfectly describe how you feel. How does helpless change the way we understand a situation? Let's explore this further. By simply removing the suffix less, you have transformed the word helpless into help, a whole new meaning. See how a small change can shift everything. Today, we are going to learn about the building blocks of words, stems, prefixes, and suffixes. These are the keys to understanding how words are formed and how their meanings change. Let's get started. Learning this will help you to read faster, where you understand new words quickly and easily. Number 2, write better, where you use prefixes and suffixes to create more powerful sentences. And lastly, to score higher in exams. This is where mastering word structure will give you an edge in tests and assignments. These skills are important in both school and everyday life. Get ready to dive into today's lesson. We are going to explore how stems, prefixes, and suffixes work and how they can transform words. Let's get started. What is a stem? A stem is the main part of a word, the core that carries the most meaning. It is the part that remains even when we add prefixes or suffixes. In other words, it is the word's foundation. For example, let's take the word helpful. If we remove the suffix full, we are left with help. The word help can stand alone and still make sense. That means help is the stem. Let's go through 5 more examples together. Number 1, talkative. The stem is talk because it carries the main meaning. The suffix ative changes the word to describe someone who talks a lot. Word number 2 is helpful. The stem is help because it stands alone and has meaning. The suffix full adds the idea of being full of help. Word number 3, playful. The stem is play because it is the base word. The suffix full means full of play, making the word describe someone who loves to play. Word number 4 is worker. The stem is work because it is the action being done. The suffix er turns it into a noun, meaning a person who works. Lastly, it's lovable. The stem is love, which means to care deeply about someone or something. The suffix able means capable of, so lovable means capable of being loved. Did you notice something interesting? The stem always carries the main meaning, while the suffix changes how the word is used. This is why understanding stems is so important. It helps us break down words and understand them better. What is a prefix? A prefix is a group of letters added to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. It does not stand alone as a word, but instead works together with the stem to modify or clarify words' meaning. For example, if we take the word unhappy, the prefix "un" means not. Happy means feeling good or joyful. So, unhappy means not happy or sad. Let's look at 5 examples of prefixes to help you understand better. Number 1, prefix "un". The prefix "un" means not. So let's look at the word untidy. Tidy means neat and clean. So untidy means not neat or messy. Number 2, prefix re. The prefix re means again. For example, let's look at the word restart. The word start means to begin something. So restart means to start again. Prefix number 3 is miss. The prefix means wrongly or incorrectly. For example, in the word misbehave. Behave means to act in a good manner. So misbehave means to act wrongly or badly. Prefix number 4 is pre. The prefix pre means before. For example, in the word preview. View means to look at something. So preview means to look at something before it is fully revealed. The last prefix is dis. The prefix dis means the opposite of something. For example, in the word disagree. Agree means to be in harmony or to share the same opinion. So disagree means to have the opposite opinion. As you can see, prefixes play a big role in changing the meaning of words, and once you understand them, you can easily figure out the meaning of many new words. Understanding prefixes will make you a word detective, helping you to understand new vocabulary faster. What is a suffix? A suffix is a group of letters added to the end to change its meaning or its function in a sentence. Unlike a prefix, which comes at the beginning, a suffix comes after the stem. For example, if we take the word hopeless, the stem is hope, which means to believe something good will happen. The suffix less, which means without. So hopeless means without hope or feeling like there is no chance for success. Let's look at more examples of suffixes to understand how they work. Let's explore some common suffixes and how they change the meaning of words. Suffix number 1, er. The suffix er means a person who does something. For example, in a word teacher. Teach means to give instruction. So teacher means a person who teaches. Suffix number 2, less. The suffix less means without. Let's take for example in a word careless. Care means to be content or look after something. So careless means without care or not paying attention. Suffix number 3, ing. The suffix ing indicates an action or process happening. For example, in the word running. Run means to move fast. So running means the action of moving fast or jogging. Suffix number 4, ment. The suffix ment refers to a state or condition. For example, in a word enjoyment. Enjoy means to take pleasure in something. So enjoyment refers to the state of enjoying. Now let's look at the last suffix, full. The suffix full means full of. For example, in a word cheerful. Cheer means happiness or encouragement. So cheerful means full of cheer or happy. By adding these suffixes, we can create new words that express different meanings and functions. Understanding these suffixes will help you expand your vocabulary and become better at using words in different contexts. Alright, learners, it's time for a quick quiz to test what you have learned. Take a look at each word carefully and identify the prefix, stem, or suffix. Here is your first word, unfriendly. What is the prefix? What is the stem? What is the suffix? Now comes your second word, disagree. What is the prefix? What is the stem? Now your third word, teacher. What is the stem? What is the suffix? Your fourth word is preheat. What is the prefix? What is the stem? Now it's your last word, hopeless. What is the stem? What is the suffix? Remember, a prefix comes before the stem and a suffix comes after the stem. Take your time and see how many you can get right. Let's quickly recap what we have learned today. Number 1, we learned stems, and stems are the core of a word and carry its main meaning. By adding prefixes or suffixes, we can create new meanings for words. Number 2, we learned prefixes, and prefixes added to the beginning of a word to change its meaning. For example, prefix an, it means not. For example, in a word, unfriendly. Or prefix dis. Prefix dis means opposite. For example, in a word, disagree. Number 3, we learned suffixes. Suffixes are added to the end of a word and can change its meaning or its function. For example, suffix er. Suffix er means a person who does something. For example, in a word, teacher. Or suffix less. Suffix less means without. For example, in a word, hopeless. Stems, prefixes, and suffixes will help you improve your vocabulary, make new words, and better understand the meaning of unfamiliar words. Keep practicing, and soon you will be able to break down any word you come across. Now, you might be wondering, why does learning about stems, prefixes, and suffixes matter in real life? Number 1, it's reading. This is where understanding prefixes, stems, and suffixes helps you decode unfamiliar words quickly, making reading much easier and faster. For example, if you know the prefix an, you will easily understand words like unhappy or untidy. Number 2, writing. In writing, knowing how to use prefixes and suffixes help you create more precise and varied sentences. You can add complexity and detail by adding the right endings to words. Number 3, speaking. In conversations, being familiar with these word parts allows you to speak more confidently, clearly, using words you may not have learned before but can easily understand. Number 4, exams. In exams, especially in English, questions might ask you to identify or define words. Understanding the components of words will help you tackle questions more effectively, as you can break down unfamiliar words into parts you recognize. And lastly, in life. In your daily life, whether you are reading instructions, looking at labels, or even having conversations, understanding word structure help you comprehend and make sense of the world around you more easily. Understanding how words are formed will help you communicate better and perform well in school and life. Did you enjoy this lesson? Let me know in the comments below. Here is find 3 new words with prefixes or suffixes in your day-to-day life. Share them with me. Number 2, what was your favorite example from today's lesson? Was it unfriendly, teacher, or maybe hopeless? Let me know. Make sure you share. Teach someone else today. Spread the knowledge. Share what you have learned about stems, prefixes, and suffixes with a friend or family member. The more you teach, the more you solidify your learning. Let's keep growing and learning together, one word at a time. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more lessons like these. Don't miss out on future content that will help you improve your English skills. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next lesson.